Welcome to Unencrypted Chatter, the ISC2 New Jersey chapter podcast. I'm Aaron Kraus. Today, I'm very excited to be joined by Stan Mierzwa. Stan, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. Really looking forward to learning a little bit about you.
Certainly. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Aaron, for this opportunity.
Yeah, first up, we always like to get to know the folks that we're talking to. So I wonder if you could give me a brief introduction of your career, kind of what your current role is. What is it that you do in the field of cybersecurity?
Yeah, certainly. So let's see. I currently direct the Center for Cybersecurity here at Kean University, and you may think, well, what is that? Well, it is, for the most part, it's managing our National Security Agency Center of Academic Excellence designation. That's a priority for me. But that includes a lot of activities surrounding outreach, such as this event, quite honestly. My background is varied. I've been in technology for over 30 years. I started off in technical support. I often tell students it's not a bad place to start, and moved my way into systems engineering, software development, directing an IT department, which in essence was a CIO. And now I find myself in higher education, and I've been here for about 5 years now. Very happy to have found myself here at Kean University, and this role is, I think, a good fit for me. I love working with young people and mentoring them into the field of technology.
Definitely an area that we need a lot of help. I know this is a certification-driven type of field. Obviously, ISC2 has a big part to play in that, but the academic foundation is important as well. And in such a quickly evolving field, that's got to be a challenge. So definitely thank you for helping prep the next generation of leaders here. I wonder what drew you to a career in cybersecurity? What got you out from behind the help desk and into the cybersecurity field?
Yeah, well, if you were to say what drew me to cyber, I would say nothing, because it didn't exist in 1991 when I exited my undergraduate studies. But it did exist, right? We were always concerned about security, quite honestly, and whether you were doing technical support or implementing a solution, security was an important aspect. So for the most part, if you were doing system administration work, systems engineering, software development, tech support, security was part of the work role. It just got a lot harder because of certainly the innovation of the internet, which really began to gain full speed in the mid-90s. So I would say what drew me there was just evolution of working in technology, probably for a lot of people. In fact, I often tell students, you don't have to start directly in cyber. It's not a bad idea to start in some sort of technical role and learn it really, really well before you get into the specialty of cybersecurity.
Weave together a tangent here. I tell folks the same thing, but there's also definitely a place for people who have non-technical backgrounds. My own background was in accounting, obviously a big focus on audit. That's what eventually got me into cyber risk auditing. But all of the phishing attacks that we see, there's very little technical skill involved there. It's ultimately psychology. Can you craft a good enough looking phishing message? Can you create the urgency that gets somebody to click that link and provide information without stopping to think about it? There's little to no technical skill involved there. I wonder, is there an area of cybersecurity or even an area outside of that more technical track that you think is especially exciting or important right now, something that's going to impact that next generation of folks who are going through those academic programs right now? Where do you see their future falling out?
Just on that point, Aaron, you mentioned non-technical skill and psychology and creating phishing emails. There was a competition several years ago where teams of students got together. I believe they all convened at a school in Texas, and it was a phishing competition, phishing exercise competition. And there were teams of engineers, computer scientists, cyber folks. The team that won was a team of psychology majors, and they were able to certainly utilize their skills to win that competition. So it's interesting you mentioned that area. On the technical side, what's exciting right now, and I'm following it lightly, but quantum computing and how that may throw a big monkey wrench into security and encryption. So that's something to keep in mind. But I'm glad you mentioned non-technical skills as well. We can't I think it's really important to know the tech aspect of cybersecurity, but you got to be able to talk about it, keep a cool head when things don't always go so well. So I'll give you an example. I was working for a large non-government organization based in New York City. We were global, and we were hit with a ransomware attack. Our team, was a pretty good-sized team. I was leading the team at the time. We kind of got stymied. We were like frozen. This was going back about a decade, and ransomware did exist about a decade ago. It wasn't as prevalent as we see today, but we froze. And what happened is there was one of our project managers. She was an anthropologist by education. So the study of people, right? It's the study of humans. She calmed us down, and it was her that got us onto the right path of thinking clearly and getting a plan in place. We ended up working all weekend to clean things up and get our systems back up and running. But it was that important non-technical skill of being able to solve a problem during a crisis. And I think that taught me something. This was not me. I was the head of the department, but it was one of our project managers. So I think that's another important area for that I follow. Quite honestly, I recently completed my dissertation and my PhD, and I studied non-technical skills of cybersecurity professionals. I basically studied two groups and compared them. So I think this idea around quantum and non-technical skills was pretty exciting to me.
First off, congratulations on completing that work. That's a huge achievement. Undergrad work alone overwhelmed me, so anything master's or beyond, I was like, yeah, I'll wait on that. Pick up a couple more certifications, add more letters to my signature block.
Mm-hmm.
That also speaks to, and I've seen this in several presentations at ISC2 Security Congress or other conferences, talking about, crisis communications, not only what are you communicating outside of your organization, but how are you facilitating communications internally in a stressful situation? And again, not a technical topic, but if your technical teams can't communicate, if the extenuating circumstances happening during an incident impede your ability to communicate effectively, to get information to the right people to actually resolve the incident, that's a huge part of it. Well, listen, Stan, thank you so much. We've taken enough of your time here. Really appreciate you joining us on the podcast. Stan, once again, thank you so much, and take care.
You too, Aaron. Take care.